Nobody
on the board right now. This is its fourth time trying to get above this $500 level. Can it finally do it this time? So look, I love making videos like this because I know a year or two or even three from now, we're gonna look back and wish you had the stock at this price. This is a stock that owns over 80% of the incredible transformation going on in artificial intelligence. This is a moat. This is a stock that is basically the giant of this new industry. So I don't doubt that it's as valuable as the market says it is. Are we just in the position to go even higher in the short term? That's what people want to know. And I'll be putting in some more interesting views that some people have. So give me 3 minutes to do that. But let's take a look right now where we need to be, which is that 505 level, 506 level, which is the previous high. Now, if it does pull back, we do have some areas of support here. I do see a little bit at 450, and I see quite a bit here as well in the 420s as well. But I'm thinking 450 is where we end up trying again if things fail on this stock. But I hope that doesn't happen because I actually do have some positions in NVIDIA. So let's take a look at what some more important or quote unquote intelligent people have to say about this stock. Let's listen to what they have to say.
In the year ahead, and what would be the main catalyst that investors can anticipate would drive some of those returns? Patrick, I'll go to you first on this.
Yeah, so in 2024 for NVIDIA, there's no doubt there's a lot more room to grow from a revenue and a profit dollar standpoint. I think the biggest question is that going to translate into share gains, or is it priced in? What this growth is going to be driven by is the continued growth of the generative AI market, continued training, and then we're also going to see some big action on the inference side, as we saw in machine learning about 4 or 5 years ago when the growth went from training to inference. But no doubt there's more room here for NVIDIA.
Paul, let me get over to you. I referenced an Evercore note that came out a little while ago, really suggesting that NVIDIA could go on to become the most valuable company in the entire stock market. Do you see that happening?
I think there's a chance for it to happen. You know, you think about it, it's going to have to increase its market cap at least 100% from here. I think it could happen, but I would not be bold enough to make that claim yet. But I do concur with Patrick on his thesis and the bull-bear debate in the previous segment. I'm a bull supporter of the thesis on this particular stock. And when you ask about a catalyst, you know, I look at it a little bit differently. The way I look at this is next year, the company, and I'm not stretching here, these are Wall Street consensus estimates, is to grow its earnings per share 70%, and it's trading at 24 times those earnings. And so it's trading at a PEG ratio of less than half. And then you take a look at the S&P 500, it's trading at a PEG ratio of about 2 times, because the market's trading at about 20 times, and I don't think that the street is going to be right, and it should be bold enough to say that the EPS for the S&P 500 is going to grow 10%. I think it's going to be less than that. And so my relative comparison, NVIDIA to the S&P 500 valuation, is even more skewed in my favor. So yes, this is my best tech idea going into 2024.
Is 2024, just to add on and follow on that, is it a year where you anticipate that we'll see margin growth deceleration, which typically is one of the headwinds for the stock price action, especially for a company like NVIDIA? Paul, I'll go to you on that. Yes.
Yeah. So the way I look at it is this year the company's supposed to earn about $20 per share. When I say this year, it's fiscal 25. That actually begins on February 1st of 24. The reason that the stock is probably consolidated since the summer began, after it had its big gap up on the first AI-driven quarter, is people probably believe that we go from $20 EPS this year to back to $3, which is the EPS in the prior period. And I just don't think that we'll have a deceleration that dramatic. Yes, we'll have a deceleration, but not that dramatic. And then people will say, wow, I think that growth rate is going to be robust for a couple of years, and it deserves a much higher PEG ratio and absolute PE ratio.
So as you can see, folks, there's a lot of money to be made in NVIDIA going into 2024 and beyond. Margins should slow down a little bit, but not a lot. The fact of the matter is this company is as valuable as the market says it is, according to these professionals. So you're going to continue to do debit spreads, continue to stay invested, because we're going significantly higher in NVIDIA. Stay tuned, subscribe to the page if you haven't already. More videos to come. Your boy's back.